On 1 October 2007, the 27th Fighter Wing transformed into one of the most highly deployed units in the United States Air Force, the 27th Special Operations Wing, which contains some of the hardest working air commandos who maintain the AC-130 Whiskey gunship, currently transitioning to the AC-130J, the MC-130J infield-exfil platform, the CV-22, the MQ-9, and we have contractors that provide maintenance for U-28 and PC-12 aircraft. If you're up to the challenge, we welcome you with open arms.
Good morning, 2NX fam. My name is Captain Alex Mellick, your FPC reps, coming from Cannon Air Force Base. Colonel Whitfield, for young officers considering coming to Cannon, what would you like to let them know?
The officers will definitely deploy often. For example, in the last year, we've had second and first lieutenants deploy at least twice. Young officers will also get the opportunity to participate in planning when it comes to multilateral exercises, full mission profile, what we call FMPs, as well as our agile combat employment exercises, but they will also deploy to execute the actual exercise. Whether it's the gunships, the MCJs, or even to include our emergency launch and recovery element, what we call our ELREs, with the MQ-9s.
First heard that you got orders to Cannon. What was your initial reaction? And the second part of that question is, how did that change over time?
When I found out I was coming back to Cannon for the second time, I was thrilled, honestly, just to be a part of the mission again and to be here with these people.
I remember I posted on Facebook, like, hey, I'm going to Cannon. And of course, everyone was like, oh, that sucks. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I started looking up photos of what assets were here. I knew there was a gunship, and I pulled up a picture of, I believe it was 1304 at the time. I was like, oh, that's cool. I wonder if that's a spooky. Not even a year later, less than 4 months after actually arriving here, I was the OIC for the 16th AMU, and that aircraft was mine. So that's how fast it goes. But every moment here, from the 2 deployments I've had to the 2 TDYs, it's been incredible. I've gotten to work with every asset in AFSOC, so I wanted Cannon. It's been exactly what I asked for. I definitely got the deployment, got the AFSOC lifestyle.
The amount of interaction that you get with our joint partners, I think, is something that you're not going to get at any other base. Big Air Force wants to know, how are we going to interact with our joint partners in a high-end fight? Well, I can tell you, we're doing it right here. So if you want to know, come here and check it out.
Between working with the gunships and the CVs downrange and then finishing my second deployment on a joint staff out there, the number of people that I've gotten to work with between not just Air Force but Army and Navy, especially this last trip closing down HKIA, it was so eye-opening, and then just all the people you get to meet and travel. As a first lieutenant, those are opportunities I know my peers aren't getting. It's so worth it, and to see what you're doing on the news like 2 weeks later, you just kind of chuckle, like, I did that. That was my team, and that's a really cool feeling to go home with at the end of the day.
The level of innovation that happens here and the things that you get to be a part of, like Josh was mentioning, we're doing this maintenance ops integration. It's going to be different than what you're seeing with the fighter generation squadrons, right, and what you're seeing with maybe an A staff. We're talking about integrating at much lower levels. And we have a lot of very young officers and enlisted folks that are helping build that model and shape the future of the Air Force.
One of the greatest things about Cannon is the ops maintenance relationship here is phenomenal. The air crew at this installation are down to earth. From my perspective, I have been in since 1987. I have been all over the place, and to see the relationship here, I've never seen it like it is here anywhere else.
So Captain Mellick gets orders to Cannon Air Force Base. Now what?
First thing that you're going to want to know is we have the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets that you can imagine.
I'd say get excited, right? Get on the housing waiting list if you can. The housing on base is incredible. I'm really happy to live in base housing. My wife is just having a great time with the neighborhood. Start planning vacations in this part of the U.S., right? There are pretty amazing places that are just a drive away. So White Sands National Monument is one of the most beautiful places in the world. The local airport has $69 flights to Denver right now, and then next month it's $69 flights to Dallas. So it really, the location is is just as good as the mission, and nothing compares to supporting the gunships or the MC-130. So
I would say get ready to eat. I love food. I love to eat and drink. And the really cool thing, especially coming back from this second deployment, was all the food places around town have exploded. A year ago, we were just happy to have a Starbucks in town, let alone on base. But I came back and there's a Filipino place, there's a new Chinese place, there's pizza. The Tex-Mex is awesome, and not just Tex-Mex, but actual real Mexican, Spanish heritage food. And it's really celebrated well around here. I got to go see Trinity Site this past weekend, where the first atomic bomb was tested. Only open twice a year, and I just happened to be in the neighborhood. Drive a little further, so if you like hiking, hunting, camping, this is the place. A lot of people get concerned there's not a lot to do around here. There is. You just got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Here in Clovis, they have different time periods where they have car shows.
There's softball leagues, football. There's a great gym here where I know a lot of kids seem to go and do gymnastics just about every night of the week, and the kids seem to love it. So
Certain seasons, like the Balloon Fiesta season, September, October, at Balloon Fiesta Park, an outdoorsy family. So there's two different shooting ranges here. There's an outdoor range and there's an indoor range off base. For outdoors, Ballador Canyon, there's Navajo Lake, there's Cochiti Lake, and there's Blue Water Lake, Elephant Butte Lake. Those are all camping areas. Hunting, military actually get the privilege for first tickets for hunting for certain game. But there's definitely a litany of things here to do for the family. You could be here for your 2, 3, 4 years and not run out of things to do.
What would you like the 21X community to know about Cannon Air Base?
To come to Cannon, if you want to be challenged, if you want to deploy, if you want to lead during multilateral exercises, if you want to lead during downrange RFFs to lead a maintenance team, you want to lead on alert blowouts, and engage with our joint soft partners, then this is the place for you. If you want the challenge, step up and come to Cannon, because I guarantee you, you're not going to get this anywhere else.